What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I am Craig, and we are going to do the Bitcoin update. Stick around to the end of the video, too. We're going to take a quick look at the Dow Jones, Ethereum, Litecoin, and XRP at the end, possibly DXY. Definitely stick around for the whole video to get the big picture of everything. What we're going to talk about today is, are we going to get a weekend rally for the Super Bowl? Will it be a buy the rumor, sell the news? What kind of event is it going to be? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the possibilities. If you guys haven't watched my prior video, that one was done on Wednesday. Definitely go check that out. I spoke about the internal things that were going on back here in the .com bubble. Same type of stuff. Definitely go check the video out if you haven't already. But we talked about a possible pump for the Super Bowl. If that was to happen, the highest I see it going is probably around the 51,000 range. Now, we do have the golden pocket zone around the 0.65, 0.618 is right around the 55 to 56,000 range, which is a possibility if it gets a overhyped rally. If we get an overhyped rally, but there are some key areas to watch. We may not even get that rally, and it is the weekend. Anyone that trades knows trading Bitcoin on the weekends is dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So anyways, looking at it over here, as you can see, once we broke this orange trend line, and guys, a lot of people say you can't compare Bitcoin and Amazon. Well, here's the thing. People are saying that they're two different things, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you look at a stock from 1920 that was making a Head and Shoulders or a triangle or a cup and handle, and then you look at a stock today doing the same thing, does that mean that you can't compare them? No, because it is a pattern. This was a bubble pop pattern with a lot of the same stuff going on that is going on in Bitcoin. That is why I'm comparing these, and so far, so good. We started looking at this way up here. I made a video on it back in, I think it was December 2nd or somewhere in that area. Check it out. I put the first video about this. But anyways, as of right now, we are getting rejected at the orange trend line, which also happens to be the 55 EMA on the weekly. Remember, these are weekly charts. Everything is lining up almost identically. RSI, MACD, everything. So keep an eye on this stuff, guys. I will keep you updated. I will be doing weekend videos this weekend for you members. Sorry, I've had a lot going on, so I haven't been doing those lately, but I will do them this weekend, at least one of them. So make sure you're watching out for that. Let's get into the next chart. So this is the weekly. This is what we've been talking about for quite some time. A close below this 55 EMA will be extremely bearish, which is around that 43.3 range. That's on the weekly. As you guys know, I can move this up just a little bit, get it touching there. We talked about this trend line on the weekly getting rejected here. Last video, we were peaking above it, but remember, the RSI follows the body of the candle, not the wick. So until this closes, can't be verification, but as of right now, it does look like it is getting rejected right where we expected it to, which is also the 55 EMA. If you'll notice here, I talked about having an open and close back here of a candle below the EMA that was going to be bad for Bitcoin. We did get the drop over here. Everybody says it's just like over here. No, it is not. There was not any weekly open and closes below the 55 EMA. Over here, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, and working on our 5th open and close below the 55 EMA. Anyone that tells you that that is bullish has lost their mind and has no clue how markets work. We're going to be keeping an eye on this weekly close. This is going to be extremely important, guys. Remember, if we break down past this 34,000 range, we're most definitely headed to the lower to mid 20s at least. In the best case scenario, Bitcoin bottoms there and continues up. That would be around the 200 EMA. We're going to go into shorter time frames also, so stick around. This is why I think we're going to the lower 20s. We had been watching this forever. Rising broadening wedge, nobody still talks about, which is playing out beautifully. Everybody wanted to look for a falling wedge. That was not a falling wedge. Anyways, I still believe that we are headed back down to this range. If you'll notice, this is the daily chart. Around that 46.7, 46.8 range is the 0.382 fib. We almost tagged it. May have been front ran, may not go up anymore from here. But Either way, I still see us coming down to this 23.3 range, 20 mid to lower $20,000 range. And if you watch it on the RSI right here also, it probably will come down and get a bounce, retesting this trend line here. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT, by far the best exchange if you're going to learn to trade. You can go into the contest section here and trade for free, so you get used to the platform, understand how to long and short, adjust margin. It's all free trading up in here, and by using that, you can also win free money to trade with. Now, if you are trading, even if you already have an account, you can use my promo code SAVVY50. That will get you up to a $7,000 bonus. Like I said, even if you're already trading on Prime, you can use it. And Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. If you're new to it, there is a tutorial here, Prime XBT, on my YouTube channel. There's also some other free tutorials here that are very useful. I suggest you check them out if you haven't already. One more way to support the channel, my wife's webpage, inkyimage.com. Definitely check it out, guys. She has a lot of cool stuff on there. There's links down below to Prime XBT, my wife's webpage, and Lux Algo Indicator, which we're going to be taking a look at here in a second. So this is the 4-hour chart. We talked about this last week, well, the beginning of this week and last week. We do seem to be in a rising, broadening wedge here. If we come down and break the bottom of this wedge, depending on if, when, and where, we'll probably be around the $40,000 range. If that breaks, we can most likely be looking to go down to at least test that $30,000 range again. Now, we also talked about the measured move of breaking out of this channel. We are back inside the channel. Let me show you. So I think there's a good possibility we might not even see that 48. Right here, we are getting rejected at the top of this channel. So if we were to get up in the next day or two, the top of this channel is going to be around 44.4 to 44.5. If we break above that range, then maybe we will be seeing the 48,000 range that was the target of the breakout. But it's looking less likely because we are getting rejected at the bottom here. So the mid section of this channel to be retesting right now is around the 42.6. Probably get a bounce if we do get down to that range. And our next spot would be the center of this bigger falling channel, and that's going to be around the $40,000 range. And again, if and when we break this bottom trend line right here off of these 2 wicks, you can draw it in yourself, that will be a great short opportunity. Most likely, depending on where it's at, again, could be around the 40,000 range. It would break. We would look for a bounce somewhere in the $37,000 range, possibly even come all the way back up here for a big fake out at 41.2, and then continue down from there. But if you look at the 4-hour RSI, we have already broken this, and I don't have the time on this, but yeah, I believe we did close below this trend line, so we could get a bounce back up to retest this trend line. Get rejected again, and this is a 4-hour RSI, guys, so keep an eye on it. But nothing's looking bullish long term for sure. You may get some bounces here and there, like I said, and it is the weekend, and you're gonna have the Super Bowl hype. We'll see what that does. They may have already bought that rumor right here with this pump, and they're selling the news now, so keep an eye on that. Don't get too excited, guys. We talked about this in the last video. This is the Lux Algo Indicator. There is a link down below. You get 20% off using my link, but it has been calling this stuff pretty damn good. This is on the daily. Obviously, it hasn't posted a sell on the daily here, but we talked about in the last video, or the video before last, right here is the institutional profile. It's right on here. There's a lot of different tools you can put on here, guys. I'm using a few at a time and just showing you guys what I'm finding out. But it showed you where they were buying in. They bought here. Once that dropped, now when we hit that profile peak again, they are selling. So keep a close eye on this stuff, guys. There's so much stuff pointing to the downside. It is crazy. Let's look at it on the 4-hour, see what it's calling there. So we had another sell signal on the 4-hour right here when it crossed the support line at 43.8. It signaled you to sell. Right now we're at 42.5, so you would be up over $1,000 if you were trading one Bitcoin. So anyways, definitely check this out. It has a lot of good stuff on here. Like I said, I'm going to keep you guys updated as I use it, showing how we use it, but you are falling back into the support cloud here. And if we zoom in, this is on the 4-hour. We are not yet out of it. We are still getting rejected at the top of it. So to come down and test the bottom is going to be around that 40,000 range that we were talking about. Dow Jones, we were looking at these both on the daily over here. You can see there is hidden bearish divergence and hidden bearish divergence over here on the 4-hour, which means the price action was showing lower lows. RSI was showing lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence. The trend is down. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend, and you can see what's happening. Ethereum, same thing. Some major hidden bearish divergence here. If you go off of these two peaks, and we had talked about, you can go back and watch all my videos. This chart is about let's see. No, it's about 3 months old actually. But once we broke here, we were looking for the target at 25.59, and I said if we broke back above, we'd be coming to test this area again, which we have done. Now I expect us to at least come down to the 25.5, but remember guys, if this breaks, 1850 is my target, and then much worse after that if Bitcoin is in the longer term bear market that would end in sometime in 2023 towards the end. Litecoin. So Litecoin did break back above this support line right here. I do think it'll come back below. As you guys know, I'm looking for the $20 range for Litecoin. And if you look here, these three highs, higher highs in the RSI, these are lower highs in the price action. That is hidden bearish divergence. The trend is down. Hidden divergence is a continuation of the trend. XRP did a fake out. You can see its major hidden bearish divergence here also. It faked out, got above that trend line, just like I think we'll be seeing with Litecoin that I just showed you, and came back down, and we are looking for another test of this trend line. At the end of the bear market, like I said, possibly 2023-ish, the mid to end of 2023. Could even go a lot lower than this, guys. Pay attention. And the DXY bullish. We almost hit my first target of 97.7. Still got a target of 98.4 above that. And if we go into the weekly really quickly, you guys know the DXY is extremely bullish in my opinion. You look at the big picture. I believe we'll be coming up to test this trend line one more time around 108. Everybody's talking about inflation, but I think we're going to see some deflation. You can see the hidden bullish divergence here. You got lower lows on the RSI on the weekly, higher lows on the price action. That is hidden bullish. We do have, you can see this stuff happens every time about the same, guys. There's just no other way to look at it. This was back in 2000, came back up and tested that trend line. I think it's going to do that all over again. Back in the 80s when we had the huge inflation, same thing. Just be careful, guys. That's it. Wanted to get a quick video out. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for your updates on Bitcoin and the markets. Also, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think is going to happen this weekend. We're going to get a weekend pump for the Super Bowl, or and then a dump, or you think it's just going to keep pumping, or just dump from here and keep dumping. Thanks a lot, guys. See you on the next one. Don't forget there's a free Discord link also down below, totally free. Great community, guys. Come check it out, and I'm out of here.